a blind piano player, wrestler, long-distance runner, and a creative spirit whose talents have taken her to the stage and into galleries and exhibitions across the U.S., are here to tell their story of their unique and incredible journey together. Welcome to the Nancy and Mike Show. Nancy and Mike will engage you with some of the most unimaginable and heartwarming stories of their extraordinary life. So please welcome your hosts, Nancy and Mike.
Hi, my name is Mike Zorich.
And this is Nancy Noble.
We are coming to you live, broadcasting from YouTube in Florida, God inspired. This is the Nancy and Mike Show. Today's date is June 13th. And this morning I was talking to Nancy about June 13th, 1981. It was a day that I wished had been a lot better. But anyway, that's for next week.
Okay, cool.
Because next week I'm going to talk about events of June.
Yeah, that sounds interesting.
And some of it is, some of it isn't.
Right.
Which means some of it's good, some of it's bad.
Yeah, I figured that.
That's how you translate that. But anyway, today is June 13th. This is show number 47. This is 2026. Now, we know what's special about the number 47, our 47th president.
Yeah.
Now, before I get into today's show,
Okay.
I talked last week about my high school graduation banquet, which to this day I don't know what happened or why. I know what happened, but I don't know what.
You don't know why they
what
had a bunch of lies about you.
Yeah, and everybody else was fine except me. But anyway, be that as it may, something amazing happened yesterday. And I have no logical explanation for it. But one of the things is I have a very good memory.
Mhm.
And in 1979, there was a song that came out, and I loved it. It's one of my favorites even today.
What was it?
More Than a Woman by the Bee Gees.
Oh, I like that.
And
More than a woman.
Nancy went out yesterday. She did some very profitable shopping. At least I would say so.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Went to Aldi's. Aldi's has the best candy, by the way.
The best chocolate, I think, from Europe.
And she got some fish. They used to have a fish and chips dinner that was fantastic. Well, they don't have fish chips anymore. And another thing they used to have was peanut butter
They just were out of it.
crackers.
I'm sure
They
they'll get
they
it again.
they didn't have that either.
Oh well, I got good stuff.
But anyway, she got good stuff, and she picked up a good strawberry cream pie, which
From a restaurant,
I
not
had
from Aldi's.
Yeah, which I had for breakfast this morning,
And me too.
and it was very good. It was messy, but it was delicious. But anyway, More Than a Woman. Well, I love this song, and I knew Nancy then. And every time I heard that song, without fail,
What?
the Red Sox won.
Oh, cool.
And the Red Sox had a good team in 1979. They don't anymore, but they did then. 1978, they almost made it, and so stuff like that I keep track of. And still, yesterday, I heard the song. Well, the streak's gonna break today.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Because you thought they weren't even going to play it first.
Yeah, I thought, hey, they're gonna lose by forfeit or something.
Because of rain.
They would, they won't make the game up. And anyway, I thought the streak's gonna break yesterday. And then I listened to the local weather and terrible in New York, Boston, back east. This storm from Chicago is going back east,
Chicago had a lot of damage.
and Chicago had a bad storm. And it enabled Atlanta to beat them the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And Chicago White Sox 37-32. Wow, I love it. The commissioner's office, they thought playing Atlanta and the Dodgers, this will eliminate the White Sox.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they're 3-1 this week, and they beat the Dodgers yesterday,
Woohoo.
and so that was the deal with that. Now, a couple of other things.
Oh, of Boston.
Yeah, Boston won yesterday, 10-1.
Yeah, you don't want to forget that.
I thought, well, okay, more than a woman came through again.
Yeah.
I doubt that I'll hear it today. And
No,
yesterday,
they went big time. What was it? 10 to something.
10-1.
10-1.
They had their ace pitching yesterday, Sonny Gray,
Oh yeah, he's good.
and he's 8-1. And the rumors are that Chapman's going to be traded, their closer. It was music to my ears yesterday because I'm no longer a Red Sox fan,
I know.
and the rumors are that he's going to be for the Yankees. Well, I know the Yankees won't give him anything in return, but I don't care because I'm rooting for the Yankees now. But I still would like to see Boston get something back. I don't like these deals where
No, come on.
balance it out.
Yeah.
But anyway, I know one thing: if it was with the Dodgers, they would get nothing, and that would be the deal.
Okay.
And I think Sonny Gray will go to the Dodgers.
No. Come on. All right,
And
keep going.
anyway, be that as it may.
Right.
But here's the deal with this Aroldis Chapman deal. He's Boston's closer. He's one of the best closers in baseball.
But he wanted somebody to apologize from the Yankees to him.
Yes, Cashman. Cashman is
mean to him.
Cashman is the general manager for the Yankees. And
Oh, they didn't treat him right.
one year when the Yankees made the playoffs, they left Chapman. Chapman was a Yankee at one time. They left him off the playoff list. So he was not part of the team.
Oh, he took it personally.
And he should have been on the team. But anyway, they left him off, and he still got the money for World Series money or whatever, but he wanted to contribute.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's any way to patch that up.
I don't think so. You got to watch out for resentment,
And
guys. Please watch out for resentment. It's harmful to everybody.
but the Yankees they used to have a guy named Bedard from Pittsburgh. I don't know where he is. Maybe he got hurt. But he was a good closer. And anyway,
Closers are so important.
closers are very important. Now, here's the deal with this. And then I'm going to go to the subject of the day. A couple of other instances, unexplainable. When I was wrestling, and this is true, if I heard Downtown by Petula Clark, this was in the 60s, and if I heard that song the day I wrestled, it happened 8 times, and 8 times I pinned my opponent.
Ooh.
So I liked hearing Downtown the day I wrestled when I was in high school because I knew what the results were. Now, then I started going to college, and I started wrestling in college. Now there's another song. Venus by the Shocking Blue, 1969, all right?
Uh-huh.
If I heard that song the day I wrestled, and this was another thing, that was 100% consistent.
What did happen? What did it do?
I stunk the joint out.
Oh, we lost big
And
time.
I don't care who I was wrestling against. Uh, I always wondered what would have happened if I heard that song the day I wrestled somebody that was tailor made for me. I
Oh,
thought of that
you
many times.
quitting, not going, not doing it?
It never happened. No, it never happened.
Don't
But
you?
I used to think about it. I
Yeah,
used to think, oh, if I could just get, and there were guys that I wrestled that were tailor made for me.
I know.
They were perfect. There was one guy in Arizona,
I told you that guy.
and Nancy told me this
Yeah,
guy is perfect for you. And there
he's
were a
sure
couple of
is.
guys
Yeah,
when I was in college that no matter what I did, I could not touch them. It's not because they were that much better than me. It was like they had my number.
oh yeah,
And those kind of guys, they were that I call it the mystery matchup
yes,
because
I
you might
remember.
be even be better than they are, but they know how to beat you.
And
And
there's certain style or
there's
something.
certain style and all that stuff. I never liked getting those kind of guys. There was one guy from Golden West. There was a composer this morning. Nancy read me. Her name, it was a girl
Yeah,
composer. Her name was Monarch. Well,
that's her last name.
that was one of the guys. It was a guy from Golden West College, Monarch.
And
This guy could beat me in a sleep with his legs and arms tied together. I mean, I couldn't do anything with this guy. And, he lost to guys that I beat.
yeah,
So,
he
these
your
crazy
number.
stuff
Yeah,
happened. But anyway, that's the deal with Venus and
yeah.
Downtown by Petula Clark. And,
If you
and
had such a good memory, it wouldn't have even made
no,
sense.
you wouldn't even know that happened. These things would just go right by you.
Yeah, with me, I just get a funny good feeling when I heard certain songs, but I can't remember why. What's causing that good feeling? But anyway,
Yeah.
I don't have a good memory.
Well, I'm glad I don't have that. I'm glad I could put something together.
Put two and two together.
But anyway, the subject of the day
What's the
is
subject today?
Nazism.
Ooh,
Now, the term Nazism is used improperly.
too much right now.
It's used improperly
Yeah.
and it's misused.
Yep.
And nobody,
What's your definition when you
well, I'm
use
going to
it?
tell you what
Oh,
the
good.
definition of Nazism is. Now, when Adolf Hitler was involved with Germany, I was not here.
No, we were born after the war,
So we were born after the war. I was born in 1947.
and I was
So
born in 1946.
I didn't get the real meaning of what Nazism is when I was growing up, but I did later on.
Hmm.
And I'll tell you how I got it. Here's the definition it's racism,
Oh, okay.
always using the race card. Uh,
Not logic or not evidence, just hatred.
hatred, racism. That's number one. What
Okay.
else do Nazis do? They're into communism and socialism.
And
This is,
power, getting the power
and they want almighty power from a governmental standpoint.
to make government
So
the place of God.
if you look at China or Russia or some of the communist countries, uh, their God is the government, the almighty power of the government.
Yeah,
That's a form of Nazism,
take over.
takeover. And they're right, and their way or the highway.
Well, we're going to a break,
So
guys. We'll be right back. This is the Nancy and Mike Show. Stay tuned.
Mike Zorich, a three-time California state champion in Greco-Roman wrestling at 114 pounds. Mike, blind since birth, was born in Hartford, Connecticut. He was a 6-time national placer, including 2 seconds, 2 thirds, and 2 fourths. He also won the Veterans Folk-Style Wrestling twice at 152 pounds. In all these tournaments, he was the only blind competitor. Nancy Zorick, a creative spirit whose talents have taken her to the stage and into galleries and exhibitions in several states. Her father, a commercial artist who shared his instruments with his daughter and helped her fine-tune her natural abilities, influenced her decision to follow in his footsteps. Ms. Zorick has enjoyed a fruitful career doing what she loves. Listen Saturday mornings at 12 Eastern for the Nancy and Mike Show for heartwarming stories and interesting talk.
Are you struggling to care for elderly parents or a spouse? Do you wonder if being a caregiver is making you sick? Are you worried about taking time off work to care for elderly parents and balance work, life, and caregiving? Has caregiving become exhausting and emotionally draining? Are you an aging adult who wants to remain independent, but you're not sure how? I'm Pamela D. Wilson. Join me for the Caring Generation radio show for caregivers and aging adults, Wednesday evenings, 6 Pacific, 7 Mountain, 8 Central, and 9 Eastern, where I answer these questions and share tips for managing stress, family relationships, health, well-being, and more. Podcasts and transcripts of the Caring Generation are on my website, PamelaDWilson.com, plus my caregiving library, online caregiver support programs, and programs for corporations interested in supporting working caregivers. Help, hope, and support for caregivers is here on the Caring Generation and PamelaDWilson.com.
Hi, my name is Mike Zorick.
And this is Nancy Noble.
We are coming to you live, broadcasting from YouTube in Florida. Anyway, what I was talking about, the
Nazi.
definition of
What Nazi is.
how do you know when you hear the name Nazi? Because the term is loosely used.
It is.
And it's used incorrectly by the Nazis, calling the good guys the Nazis. That's how it started out.
Yeah.
And I'm going to explain to you how I know this.
All right.
But I haven't gotten there yet. I'm describing the characteristics.
Okay, good.
Now, Nazis are full government control.
That's what they want.
Now, here's the deal. When we had the election in 2021, and Hitler was running against Trump.
Well, you know, Hitler is Biden, right?
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
Now, why do I use that term? Well, I'm going to tell you. There were programs on the educational channel. I think it's called PBS.
Yep.
And they described how Hitler got in. Both Hitlers, Adolf and Joe. And both of them used exactly, step by step, the same playbook. Voter fraud, different
blaming
people who were right, and
fear tactics,
breaking the Constitution, if it was against the Constitution, and they compared the notes. Now, I was here in 2021, obviously. Otherwise, I'd be 5 years old today. So anyway, they used all the variables that Adolf Hitler used to, and Hitler, both Hitlers, I have to say, they wanted to be rulers of the world. And I'll tell you another thing about the Nazis. If you don't agree with them, you don't have the right to your opinion.
No.
You don't have the right to free speech. They want to steal your property. This is another thing the Nazis want to do. And I'm mentioning this because this is a midterm year. Now, here's the deal with this. During the course of that, you're still hearing from Hunter Hitler, Jill Hitler, and you're still hearing from these people. And the Nazis feel that these Hitlers are a noose around their neck, and they blame Hitler for losing the election. Okay?
They blame Biden.
Yes. So here's the deal. They want the Bidens or the Hitlers, whatever you want to call them, out of the deal. They want Jill to keep her mouth shut,
But she's not.
and Hunter may run for president. Now, here's what's going on here. And you think of something I heard the other day.
What?
Senatorial race.
Yeah.
And here's the statement I got. And if it's not false, we're in trouble. That the Senate race that's going to decide who wins the midterms is Maine.
Nah, I don't believe that.
I heard that on Laura's show.
Okay. Laura Ingram.
Yeah. Now, here's what you got in Maine.
Nobody good.
You got two Democrats running against each other. Now, Susan Collins is a Republican pretending to be, she's not a Republican. She's a Nazi pretending to be a Republican. And we got something in the mail a few days ago. Susan Collins asking for money. I will not help any Nazi win any seat of any kind, rather it be the House or the Senate or in the presidency. When you got a race, and California started this, they had a proposition where the top two winners run. They could be two Democrats, they could be two Republicans, or they could be one of each. And California being a Democratic state, they thought they could take advantage of it and have all their elections have two Democrats run against each other. The first and second place finisher
Right.
and the fraudulent vote would run against each other and they would both be Democrats.
Right.
That was the reason for that proposition. I was living in California at the time and I voted against that proposition
So did I.
because we saw what the
The
intent of it
danger.
was.
Yeah. But Mike is so good at seeing intent. He, at an early age, he was blessed by that ability.
And here was the deal with that. I was a Democrat for 52 years. But when they started changing to the party of Nazism and socialism and communism, I changed. And here's
Because
the
we're seeking people.
we're godly Christians, and one of the things that Nazism is, it's against Christianity.
Yeah.
Now, it's fine if you're homosexual, but we're not that.
Nope.
So that's where we're at with this. And here's one of the things, and I was thinking about this. What would happen if she was correct and the Senate race in Maine determined who would take over the Senate? Well, we already know the Democrats, regardless of who wins. That's the deal. And what would you have if that happened? Talking about, and I've been saying this for several months, the king, a mighty king, Chuck Schumer,
Eh,
king of the almighty universe.
he's not.
He may not be yet, but if we lose the Senate, he could be. So we're looking at a possibility in January. So what do you say to that? Yikes. That's what I say to that.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people with Obama.
A lot of people with Obama.
Obama, they called him Barack Hussein Obama.
Yeah, that's his middle name.
Now, Nancy told me that Hussein was his middle name. And
It
I,
is.
I should have known that, but I thought it was because he gave Iran money to have a nuclear weapon. But Saddam Hussein was not the president of Iran. Saddam Hussein was the president of Iraq when we had the Iraq War in 2003. And Bush's army finally killed Saddam Hussein. But Hussein was, I guess, his real middle name. I did not know that. And Nancy told me. And here's the other deal with this. Some people call him Barack Autopen Obama.
Well, somebody had to be signing it. Maybe it was Biden's wife. Maybe it was Barack Obama. Who knows?
And I don't know why they're not trying to figure out who the Autopen was.
Well, how are they going to find out?
Because Hitler didn't have the mental capacity.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious
to run the country, and anybody who has any kind of visual insight, or not visual insight, because I don't have any visual
That's a
insight,
good one.
uh,
Spiritual insight.
spiritual insight, could see that Hitler was not running the country. Joe Hitler.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not talking about Adolf, I'm talking about Joe Hitler. So the way I found out who the Nazis were was through PBS.
Yep.
And I saw all the ways.
I saw this thing on Facebook where it showed Baal.
Oh,
Or
the Baal.
Satan. Yeah,
That's the
Satan system.
satanic god, Baal, in the Bible. That's
Yeah.
the
They
Satanist
showed
god.
his hands down and with like puppet strings and all the different things that he's controlled during the history of the earth, people on earth. And it's pretty shocking. And we have to stand up for good. We have to draw lines and stand for what's right. And my thing today is talking about favoritism, but it kind of has to do with what you're
Oh,
talking
very
about.
much so. And, the lies that the Nazis are telling everybody so they could get in. I think, will I ever go back to being a Democrat? Not if they're the socialist, communist Nazi party. There's no way I'll ever go back to voting for that, because if I did, I'd be voting against myself. They hate God and they hate Christianity. So I'm not certainly not knowingly going to vote for somebody who hates Christianity.
No.
So that's the deal with that. And so anyway, the thing about Obama, when I think of Obama, and one thing, people are kind of worried about what would happen if Obama got back in. Well, I'll tell you one thing. He wouldn't be 1/10 as bad as Newsom would be.
Oh, we know about Newsom.
I mean, Newsom is as bad as anybody could ever be.
But we're going to a break right now. This is the Nancy and Mike show, so stay tuned. Thanks.
Author, radio show host, and coach John M. Hawkins reveals strategies to help gain perspective, build confidence, find clarity, achieve goals. John M. Hawkins' new book, Coached to Greatness. Unlock your full potential with limitless growth. Published by iUniverse. Hawkins reveals strategies to help readers accomplish more. He believes the book can coach them to greatness. Hawkins says that the best athletes get to the top of their sport with the help of coaches, mentors, and others. He shares guidance that helps readers reflect on what motivates them, rediscover and assess their core values, philosophies, and competencies, find settings that allow them to be the most productive, and track their progress towards accomplishing goals. What if there were a super tiny device that could diagnose the brain and is smaller than a single human hair? What if you could see inside the brain to help an epilepsy patient during surgery or to help the fight against Parkinson's disease? Dr. Patricia Broderick is proud to announce the Broderick Probe, a biomedical and electronic breakthrough. Imagine a probe to help with the understanding and potential cure of brain-related diseases. To learn more, listen live to the Easy Sense radio show with host Dr. Broderick. And to help support the Broderick Foundation, please go to EasySense.com and learn how, with your help, we can fight these horrific brain disorders. That's EasySense.com to learn more and help support the Broderick Foundation.
Hi, my name is Mike Zorich.
And this is Nancy Noble.
We are coming to you live, broadcasting from YouTube in Florida. And I was talking about Obama, and I would rather have 5 terms of Obama, if you want to say we already got 3, than 1 day of Newsom. Newsom would turn the country upside down. If he got in, we would be a third world country very shortly.
Well, I think they're finding out a lot of fraud that was inspired by him in California, so I don't think he has a chance.
But see, we have to start arresting some of these people, because otherwise it looks like they're incapable of committing any sins, because every time they do, they come out smelling like a rose.
Well, he sure doesn't smell like a rose to me.
Well, he doesn't to me either, but he might smell like a rose to enough people that could vote for him. I'd rather Harris. Now, Harris and Obama, they broke away from Hitler in the final analysis. They blamed Hitler for everything.
They have a scapegoat.
They got to have a scapegoat. And that's another thing the Nazis do. When things don't go their way, they got to play the blame game. But anyway, Nancy's going to do her wonderful thing. And I'm going to talk about a basketball game that I didn't see 1 second of. It was amazing.
Okay, before I read this thing from our Quiet Time book, I just want to say that this week we had a picnic out on the patio, and we haven't had one in a while, and it was fun. And we were just setting up outside in our patio, and Mike was saying, "Well, what would happen if it rains?" And as soon as he said that, boom, it started raining. But we had an awning. And it was so romantic and fun, eating our little picnic lunch, sitting at the table, listening to the rain all around us, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was very good. And the food was excellent. And,
Yeah.
One thing I didn't know we've been here. June 11th, by the way,
Yeah. 5 years.
was the day we moved into our house. And June 10th was the day we had our picnic. And for 5 years, I didn't know that we had that awning. It's amazing. It's amazing the stuff I don't know.
It is.
But anyway,
It was amazing, the timing. He just mentioned that, and then 1 minute, Boom! All the rain came down.
And it rained like gangbusters, and it continued to rain. We had our sandwiches,
Yeah,
and we had some chips. We had a little dessert and a drink.
yeah. It was no big deal, but it was
And
romantic and
the deal was
fun.
this: when Nancy came out and she brought all the dishes in and the picnic basket, it stopped raining. It was amazing. It was like, well, the rain. I had to get my question answered as to what would happen if we were having a picnic and it started raining. Well, that was the deal, and it rained as soon as we got out, and we were sitting close to our back porch, and I did find out what happens if it rains during a picnic.
Yeah.
Now, when I was in school, we had picnics, and we didn't have any awning or anything. So if it rained, they had to cancel the picnic. And I remember one year that happened, and we went back to having a regular school day.
Huh.
And now I tell you what, none of the kids were motivated.
Who's
It's
surprised?
like you took all the starch out of them to say, "Okay, you guys, no picnic today.
It's just another
It's
day.
just another day." But anyway, Nancy's gonna do her wonderful thing.
Okay, this is from my favorite quiet time book for couples. Okay, and this is about favoritism. I know Mike and I talk about that a lot because it's important. So don't show favoritism. If you really keep the royal law found in the scriptures, love your neighbor as yourself, you are doing right. But if you show favoritism, you sin. That's from James 2 1 and then 8 and 9. So anyone who is different from us is a problem. That's a lot of people think, well, don't invite them, you
That's
know.
how the Nazis think.
Yeah, they want to keep it all the same. So this I have underlined. So do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed or changed by the entire renewal of your mind, by its new ideas and its new attitude. That's from Romans 12:2. And oh, this is great from James. I love James. Okay, here we go. You adulterous people, don't you know that friendship with the world is hatred towards God? Anyone who comes to be a friend of the world becomes an enemy of God. James 4:4. So the thing is that we have to have understanding for people, and we have to have patience if they have a different opinion, different background. We all have these scars that trauma has hurt us, and different things have caused problems. But if you give your life to God, and he sands off those rough edges, and you have a different way, a different attitude, and you have to watch out for judging people. Oh, and then there was this one story I read today about this little boy. He was trying to save money for his mom, and his mom overheard his prayer, and he said, "Oh, God, please, please help me when the ice cream truck comes by, that I don't spend my money, that I can run away from the ice cream truck so I won't be tempted and save money for mom." So it made her smile. And that's what we have to do. If you see some place is leading for your downfall, just wipe the dirt off the back of your shoes and get the heck out. Right, Mike?
Yep.
Discern what's good. That's when Mike was a little boy, I probably told this because this made an impact on me. He was really nice to this lady, and she was nice to him. He went to the other room, and she said, "I don't know who can stand that blind brat," talking about Mike, our sweet Mike. And then he knew, well, it's not what people say. It's not how they pretend to be nice. You have to see their intentions.
Their fruits.
Oh yeah,
Their
he
fruits,
talks
their
about the
intentions.
fruits. Yeah.
It's the same thing. What are their fruits? What are their fruits is another way of saying what are their actions? What do you see? Well, how are they acting? And this is what I have been doing for many years. I've been checking out people's actions uh, because their actions speak louder than their words.
And he taught me so many lessons because when I met him, I thought, well, I'm trying to be an actress. I have a hard time reading cold readings, and he needed someone to read for him because he's blind. So I went to his apartment and I started reading for him, and he taught me life lessons. And he just has always been patient. And oh, we got a really good new piano teacher, and so feminine and fun. I was so happy. I was in paying bills, and they were in the piano room, and they both were so kind and patient with each other. Mike helped her to teach little kids how to do the scales, and she played the right music of the piece he's trying to learn, and very slow and separately. And then she found out on her own, oh, I shouldn't use the pedal because that blends the notes for Mike to hear it. So it worked out great. And she wants to have a double date with us, with her husband. And I think this is the beginning of a great relationship. Don't you, Mike?
I hope so.
Think so. Okay,
You know,
I'm done.
we're losing friends
I
in
know.
droves. It's
Right.
it makes you wonder if you're a friend of the world, you're an enemy of God. And boy, we're sure losing
Somebody
enough
told
of
me,
them.
somebody said the closer you get to God, your friends will start separating, but they're not the real friends. The real friends will recognize it, right? I,
Hopefully, yeah.
yes, I believe it. I'm firm with it.
And you know, one of the things we were talking about that we were talking about the Baals, Baal,
Yeah.
and another term they use for the Baals is Gog, not Geo, not
Oh,
God,
God.
Gog.
Yeah.
So when you're talking about the phony god or the false god, some people use the word Gog uh, rather than God,
Uh-huh.
and that the phony Gog is it's the phony Gog. It's really Satan,
Yeah, the
and
back of the Bales and the back of the Nazis is Satan manipulating. And I'm doing a drawing for someone who came to our prayer group. She wants me to do a drawing. One thing she wants on one side is aliens, like from outer space, okay? And then on the other side, she wants me to do zombies. And then she's going to have scripture on the top saying how they're both controlled by Satan, of course. So I'm working on it. I saw uh, oh, I saw a show last night had some zombies, so I thought, oh, good. Now I know what they look like. Circles around their eyes and the blood on their corner of their mouth. And okay, that's it. I'm working on it.
yeah, and I don't know how you're going to do it without
No,
any photos.
yeah, I paint realistically, basically. So if I don't have a photo to copy, then it starts to look more cartoonish. Because I like to copy.
That's the
And,
way she paints.
yeah, I paint basically realistically.
And you know, when I learn a piece of music, I play it the way the composer wrote it.
Yes. So
And that's why
compliment.
I want people to read the notes for me or play the notes so that I can learn them.
Exactly.
This girl has really small hands,
No,
and some of the chords she can't play. The 4-note chords with
but you said
octaves,
you could tell you.
but she could read the notes.
Oh, we got to
And
do the
anyway,
commercial.
this is a Nancy and Mike show. We'll be right back.
What if there were a super tiny device that could diagnose the brain and is smaller than a single human hair? What if you could see inside the brain to help an epilepsy patient during surgery or to help the fight against Parkinson's disease? Dr. Patricia Broderick is proud to announce the Broderick Probe, a biomedical and electronic breakthrough. Imagine a probe to help with the understanding and potential cure of brain-related diseases. To learn more, listen live to the Easy Sense radio show with host Dr. Broderick. And to help support the Broderick Foundation, please go to EasySense.com and learn how, with your help, we can fight these horrific brain disorders. That's EasySense.com to learn more and help support the Broderick Foundation. Mike Zorek, a three-time California state champion in Greco-Roman wrestling at 114 pounds. Mike, blind since birth, was born in Hartford, Connecticut. He was a six-time national placer, including 2 seconds, 2/3, and 2/4. He also won the Veterans Folk-Style Wrestling twice at 152 pounds. In all these tournaments, he was the only blind competitor. Nancy Zorek, a creative spirit whose talents have taken her to the stage and into galleries and exhibitions in several states. Her father, a commercial artist who shared his instruments with his daughter and helped her fine-tune her natural abilities, influenced her decision to follow in his footsteps. Ms. Zorek has enjoyed a fruitful career doing what she loves. Listen Saturday mornings at 12 Eastern for the Nancy and Mike Show for heartwarming stories and interesting talk.
Hi, my name is Mike Zorek.
And this is Nancy Noble.
We are coming to you live from YouTube in Florida. This is the Nancy and Mike Show. Now, one thing I was planning to do last Wednesday night, and I really was planning to do it, was to watch Game 4 of the New York San Antonio NBA Final Series.
Right?
Now, I didn't watch the game on Monday, and Nancy had some good shows on, and I watched what was called The Beginning.
Oh, he loves that.
I love that.
Uh,
That's what
They
it is.
have the 4 things, and they go from one to another, and they have the live shows, right?
And then they have the actual announcers for the game that they go to.
And Mike's so good; he recognizes different
And
announcers.
yes, because I'm such a sports nut, I recognize their voices. So I know what teams they are. I know the players for each team. So I know the players and I know the voices of the announcers.
It's great.
And so anyway, I was watching that. And Nancy was watching, I guess, what, FBI and CIA.
Hmm.
And anyway, the Knicks lost. And the Nazis blamed Trump.
Yeah, because Trump was there.
Because Trump was there. And he said, well, the Knicks lost because Trump was there. Well, let me tell you why the Knicks lost. The Knicks lost because they were killed from the free throw line. The officials. If anybody beat the Knicks, it was the officials. So that made it 2-1. Game 4. Watching something else. I think Nancy was watching the Nature Show on PBS. So that went away, and then I had her read me the scores. 76-49.
Yeah, I know. Halftime.
It's halftime.
So-
San Antonio.
Yeah, he said, "Oh, forget it. I'm not going to."
I'm not going to watch it. This is
A lot of people, when they saw the halftime, didn't watch.
yeah. If they weren't watching it to begin with,
Yeah,
and I'm rooting for New York, by the way.
of course.
It's 229 to 225 in favor of the East. And so anyway, the game goes on and it's getting closer, it's getting closer, it's getting closer. I wasn't even asking Nancy for the scores. And so I don't see to what extent the game's getting close. And then the game ends at 11 something. And She looked up the score. I wasn't even going to have her look up the score.
boy.
All right.
I know.
And she said, listen to this: New York 107, San Antonio 106. Now, what does that mean? That means
They won.
New York won the game. But look at it from another aspect. New York, San Antonio only scored 30 points. I'm not talking about in one quarter. I'm talking about a half. Who scores 30 points in a half of a basketball game? That's unheard of. And to overcome, I was a 29-point deficit, is the biggest deficit in the history of the finals. And I believe it. I've been watching basketball since 1957. I've never seen it. You figure this, it's almost 70 years. And I never saw anything close to resembling that.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And that was amazing. And of course, game number 5 is tonight. And I would suspect that San Antonio will win, even though they're 0-2 at home, and have New York wrap it up in game number 6. That's what you would project. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to come out that way, but that's what you would project if you're somebody who's been watching basketball for 69 years, like I have been.
Right.
And anyway,
No record or something that predicts it, right?
no,
don't have
and
any-
to tell you the
No.
truth, I'm old. I'm 79, for those who don't know. And um, we're both the same age.
Yeah, we're both 79. It doesn't happen
And
very often, but
Nancy's birthday's in 40 days. Then that's going to
yeah,
change.
he keeps telling me.
I keep telling her, but I also keep saying, well, in 143 days, the Nazis could take over this country.
Yeah, I don't want to hear it.
And, that's Tuesday will be 20 weeks from now. And there's something coming up next week on not tomorrow, but the Sunday after that I'm going to talk about next week.
Okay.
And I'm also going to talk about the events of June. I can't talk about all the events.
No,
of
I
June.
know.
For-
Highlights and lowlights.
Yeah, there'll be some highlights, there'll be some lowlights, and things that happen in the month of June. And June is a month where a lot of people get married, and we didn't get married in June.
No, August.
But anyway, that's how we're at.
Oh, I got this one little thing. I'll read it quick. It's by John Jay from one of our historical people. America belongs to we the people. It does not belong to Congress. It doesn't belong to special interest groups. It does not belong to the courts. It belongs to we the people, by John Jay. Gay. Very good. Cool, huh?
Yeah.
We got to fight.
But if the
Freedom
Nazis
isn't free.
get in, it belongs to them, because that's the way they operate.
Okay, we're at the end of the show already. So take care, guys, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
This has been the Nancy and Mike Show. Tune in each week and become part of the conversation of the amazing journey of Nancy and Mike.